So when I first learned that we had to write about a social issue, my mind immediately went to racism, misogyny, homophobia, ableism, um, just forms of discrimination. But I quickly found out that I didn't have real experience with police brutality or workplace discrimination. I had a lot more experience with smaller, more casualized forms of discrimination, aka microaggressions. And microaggressions are comments that are often unintentionally harmful to a marginalized group, such as a member of the opposite race, sex, sexuality, things like that. So they'd be a comment like, "Hey, you look pretty smart for a black person," or "Hey, you're a woman. You need to get back in the kitchen right now," or "You don't look like a gay person. You look pretty straight to me." Comments like that that are meant to come across as just casual conversations or jokes that aren't meant to offend, but end up offending anyways because they're hurtful and they promote stereotypes. But the thing is, the biggest thing is that they're often very hard to fight against because they are seen as so innocuous that anyone who speaks up against them is overreacting and they're easily triggered, they're easily offended by everything. But that's not true because, as I actually found out, repeated microaggressions directed towards a person are actually very harmful and psychologically affect them over time. Like one or two isn't so bad, but over time it starts to dig at them and it starts to make them hate themselves, hate their friends, hate their families, think less of themselves because of these comments. And so I found that the best way to fight against microaggressions is to simply speak up. It's very simple if society in general can normalize saying, "Hey, that's not cool," or "What did you mean by that?" towards microaggressions. Um, Oftentimes, the aggressor will realize they've made a mistake and they've messed up, and the problem will solve itself. Um, so if we can just normalize that speaking up part, I think that microaggressions will be a problem that will go away. And in a world filled with police brutality, workplace discrimination, laws against gay people, I think microaggressions are such an unnecessary problem that if we just had a big talk about them, if it was a big thing that was addressed, that they could easily go away and society could move on to the much bigger issues. Which isn't to say that microaggressions aren't a big issue, but they're such an easily solved one, in my opinion. So here's hoping that they go away soon, and here's hoping that my presentation helped you learn a little bit more.